Okay, so real quick, Adam asked how your character sheet works in a LARP. So you role play almost everything, right? It's not like a tabletop where you sit there and it's like a Mother May I with the GM the whole time. You don't have to interact with the fucking storyteller at all. It's more like you interact with the other players and they're like your NPCs, and then from your interactions with them is from whence the story evolves, right? Now, you really only use your stats if you come into conflict with one of them. In which case, the way it works is you throw rock, paper, scissors, and if you win rock, paper, scissors, you succeed. If you fail, you fail. If you tie, it goes to your dots. Like, who's got more dots in the skills. You get me? If you have more dots in your skill than the other guy's skill, you can get a free retest, and you can spend a willpower for a free retest. But other than that, like, your character sheet, you don't really use that much.
And with that cold open, welcome to the Dustbowl Blues with Changeling the Dreaming. I am your humble storyteller, Josh, and these are my fairy nerds.
I'm a fairy nerd.
And they will be carousing across the one of the most depressing moments of American history in the Dust Bowl panhandle of Texas. Chaz, I trust your memory the most. Can you recap what happened last time?
So last time we kind of all went our separate ways to like feel out the area and the town. I went to go talk to some rich white people who I'm pretty sure KKK, and they invited me to some kind of party that night. Not looking forward to it, but I kind of need to schmooze these people in order to get this base off the ground so we can find the seat of Apollo and not die. Gilbert Boyle, I think, went out looking for the homeless population of Crucifixion, Texas. Paul Tinkerton, I asked to appraise the hotel that I am currently in the process of purchasing and see what sort of repairs need to be made. I'm not sure what Drellox did because Drellox was not here. Amai the Neko, or rather Eleanor Covington, went to go scope out the local library and see what it would take to get off the ground. It quickly became apparent that it became under attack. What's up, Daestra, you absolute pimp? We love you, buddy. It quickly became apparent that the library had come under attack by a bunch of religious wackies that had burned every book without some sort of religious connotation. And currently we are in the back room of my hotel powwowing and trying to figure out what to do. Go ahead. You.
I was going to say, to add to that, there was a supernatural element within the library that Eleanor was able to uncover as she was going through the books and the former librarian's belongings, and Kyle and Adam's characters also started to build their relationships within the city and found what they believed to be two potential dreamers that they wish to foster and build relationships with.
Oh, yes,
I very quickly forgot what I found.
Hey, effective. How's it going, buddy?
Yeah.
Effective, hi.
You found the plot.
I just realized, I think this is the first session you've actually done with your motion tracker, so your fans are actually going to get to see you roll dice. I'm sure that will be super cool.
I was able to move my arms last time. I've had this thing for a little while. You don't see me roll the dice because it's too low for where this thing is tracking.
Well, just roll the dice high. Just throw them at...
It'll freak out the thing, I think. Hang on, let me see. Anyway, continue.
I gave the ring to... I think it was Gilbert. You currently have the Duke's ring, so you can test for dreamers.
An important dreamer within the city that is allegedly going to be part of a great work in the future that will bring hope to changeling kind.
Howdy, Ballerina.
You last we left off, you all had convened within the hotel, and you guys were deciding where you were going to go. So let's sort of pick up there. I know that Chaz, your character, wanted to go back to the meeting with the alleged racist.
I don't know if they are or not. I'm just not... Oh, wow. Oh, hey. Wow. I'm sorry. Our chat was like super cut off. I didn't even realize. Holy shit. I don't know how that happened. Gomena, sorry, people.
Also, Josh is loud.
Josh is loud?
This is Boomy voice. Don't worry about it.
I'm just very good at projecting from years of playing in a metal band.
I can turn down Josh a bit, but why
You
would
just
you
yell
want
at-
me to?
You just gonna yell in your ears, okay? Yeah. Just let it happen.
What, do you guys not want that sweet Josh ASMR? What, do you guys not want that sweet Josh ASMR?
I don't know if it's ASMR if it sounds like I'm yelling.
All right, I've dropped you by 30%. So we'll. If that don't work, somebody needs to yell at me in chat.
Just yell at Josh. Yell at
Also,
Josh.
We'll start with
mic is
Kyle.
way
Kyle, what was it that your character wanted to do after he met an intriguing figure who was helping the passing hobo community that seemed to have a rather large store of, we'll say, possibly nefariously procured imbibements.
Right. Well, I remember we had our powwow where we were telling everyone everything, and I wanted to help set up the hotel as well as build a transport system via train and a little fairy magic.
Hey, Omnipotus, how's it going, buddy? No worries. Thanks for dropping in. You have yourself a good night.
Did you have an idea for how you wish to physically execute that right now?
Right now?
Or just what you're planning on doing essentially immediately at the moment? As it seems as though the group is either splitting up or going their own ways once again.
We will do our best, buddy. You have yourself a good night.
I have no idea.
Okay,
I mean,
we'll come back to you.
Yeah, I could tag along with
HTG!
Jazz's character, but I mean, I think that was all that was going on in that immediate moment.
Alright, so far it looks like Kyle is tagging along with Chaz. Chaz, do you wish to have any kind of preparations or things you're doing? I know you were tidying yourself up to look as presentable as possible to this meeting.
Yeah, So the issue is, I was the only one that technically invited to that meeting. Now, I'm not opposed to you coming, because quite frankly, I need as much support group as I can get for this shit. How do we get you in? Like, I know, Eleanor was gonna come with me because she's a fucking she and can curl herself into a... Or not a she. Slua. She's a Slua and can curl herself into a teacup and do whatever she wants or just hide in the shadows. We still have not made it to the KKK meeting, HGG. I am flesh peeled with anticipation for this shit, let me tell you.
I mean, I could try and get somewhat gussied up and claim something about wanting to... Well, I mean, it's not a claim. It's something I'm actually wanting to invest money into the town's, like, transport and train shit.
The problem is that I'm bringing you uninvited to the house of somebody I'm trying to impress.
Well, I have no idea. I gave you what I had.
Accurate, Valerianus.
It's like, hey, I'm wanting to, like, spend money and bring shit to the...
Are you cool with pretending to be my major domo?
Sure. I'll pretend as though I know the definition of a major domo. Primary helper? Something like that?
Butler, manservant, steward, seneschal.
Sure. I'm down.
And then...
Melinda, were you still sticking with your slew-off plan to kind of follow behind?
Yes.
Okay.
That will be a shadow within Charlie's shadow.
As a Salua, you can literally pull that off. Adam,
Yes.
what were your plans for the night?
Probably to clean up all the... I guess since we're living here, I'm gonna attempt to tidy up the place with the minimal resources I have.
You're gonna try to tidy up the hotel.
Adam pulling off a Cinderella, but with Dexter's toes.
Yep. Gonna have the dusters in walking on my hands.
Well, yeah, like the feet are too delicate to damage because he needs those for work.
Yeah.
Hands are feet, the feet are hands. Everything is madness.
Is that a reference to a song? Or are you just being terribly creative? Sounded like that was a reference to something, Kyle.
Oh, no, I was just making shit up.
Super poetic.
As is the spirit of Changeling.
Before we leave for the party, however, I do want to take Eleanor aside.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Role play it up for me.
Okay. So as the meeting breaks, Miss Covington, a moment, if you don't mind.
Yes.
So I'm gonna take her over to where I don't know where Hutch keeps his shit at the moment. Like, is everything that we had packed up still on the car, or do we just like throw that in the middle of the hotel room, or where's our stuff?
If you wanted to have taken it down, you can have taken it down, but I would say if you've taken your stuff down, it's probably not very well taken apart.
Okay. So I'm gonna, I guess, take her to the Foot Locker of stuff that I took from my general store. I don't think I've had the opportunity to tell anyone, but before we left San Antonio, I used to run a general store and had access to all manner of, well, let's just say, interesting things. I pop open the trunk, and I'm going to basically take out the stack of like weird tales and pulp books and any sort of... I did specify that I was like cleaning out the literature and bringing it with me.
Yes, you did. You're saying you're bringing any copy of weird tales or detective fiction that you could find.
I don't know if this at all helps you in your endeavors, but should you find this useful to reinvigorate the local library or just inspire some people, I wish you to have these. With the trajectory of my current pursuits, I don't think I'll have much time to see to this, and I think they're much better in your hands.
Well, thank you. These will be useful. It'll be good for the collection.
One certainly hopes so. This town needs something. Something more than this.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You just gesture to the dust.
Yeah, basically, just point out the window to the nearest fucking cactus.
Cough, cough.
Question. What do you intend to do with these zealots?
I'm sorry, what? I didn't hear that.
What are you going to do about the wackos that burned down the library?
Probably just try to figure out what they're about. I haven't really worked out a plan yet. And what their intentions are, probably.
I fear that a problem for one of us might be a problem for all of us, if you understand my meaning. My discussions with the sheriff makes me think that this is a town of simple people with simple desires, and they don't seem to care for much beyond that which their religious texts tell them is necessary.
This is why you break kneecaps. I'm kidding. That wasn't said in character.
He's not on that character. He doesn't have his bat.
The slew was ready to break some knees.
Exactly.
That's not fair. Just because your body is made out of a system of cartilage doesn't mean you can go around breaking other people's bones all willy-nilly.
Hey,
Yes, I can.
If she doesn't need them, then neither do they.
True story, exactly.
That's how solipsism works.
All right, I'll go with the main group. How do you guys plan on going back to the Vanderburg estate?
But I will tell you before we adjourn. If at any time I can extend my assistance with this, do not think it a burden for me to take action. I think we're going to have to see through this before our work is done here.
Oh, was that said to me?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. I'm sorry. I'm bad at role-playing.
You're not bad, you're new.
You don't have to play it out if you don't want to. I would say if you are comfortable describing how you're speaking or what you're saying, that is completely okay as compared to...
Josh, I literally feel like I'm in a constant PowerPoint session with a teacher. Like, I'm going to feel uncomfortable either way.
In that case, I'm giving you a grade at the end of every session.
Okay.
Oh no. I don't know if that helps or hurts, so...
No.
Both.
Is it that we get the bonus XP now?
There's now 2 bonus XP.
Who's going to do the extra credit?
No. What you do, Josh, is you assign every letter grade a specific XP value, and they just grade us at the end of the night.
But like 1 XP is an A, so it's just fractional.
We are not. We ain't playing Chronicles of Darkness here. There ain't no such thing as beats. For those of you that don't get the reference, Chronicles of Darkness has a fractional XP system.
I could probably legitimately try to put some kind of teaching knowledge into this that would help somewhat. I will next time use the fundamental 5 to set up the session.
I mean, I was absolutely joking, but if you want to do that,
I know.
think
I won't actually use the grading system. That seems against somewhat of the spirit of Oh, yeah. How do you all wish to return to the Vanderburg estate? Are you all taking the jalopy? You guys huffing it or hoofing it?
I think it is important that we take the car, like, just so we don't get dirty and also look like paupers.
Yeah.
Rich people don't walk. Rich people don't do people things. That's for the commoners.
That's for the peasants.
It's like in Monster Prom, the mermaid girl, where she's like, I don't eat food. I have people to eat for me.
Exactly.
So who's driving? Or I'm assuming Kyle's going to be driving, since you're supposed to be the major domo.
That's a good plan.
I was gonna say I don't think men like me driving back in this time. Is that how that works?
It's Texas, not Saudi Arabia.
I mean, it's also Texas. What's your point?
Fair point.
It's Texas, not Saudi Arabia. Like, women drove back then. It's okay.
They only went to get the groceries, though.
Okay, it's been at least, 12 years since women's suffrage, so it's not as bad as it could be.
So you're almost considered people at this point.
Almost. Still considered property, though, is the problem, I think.
No, it's the right to work was the thing.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah, no, you weren't property for God knows how long. At this.
So are the rest of you getting gussied up, or is it just the she who's getting gussied up?
I'm getting as gussied up as I can.
I'll get gussied up just in case there needs to be a distraction or something. I don't know.
Do I have anything decent that I can lend to Gilbert?
You want to use a she and the other. What's you're a satyr, right?
Yup. And I haven't
physically your clothes can.
So if you give me anything nice to wear, I'm gonna be even higher.
This is one of the few times you actually get a roll appearance. So why don't you all give me an appearance etiquette roll?
Oh, I have to do that too?
Hang on, I'm bad at role-playing. Hang on, let me look up stuff. I don't remember what I need. What'd you say, appearance and what?
Etiquette.
I'm an autumn she. I'm hot as fuck.
Yeah, I believe you cannot botch the roll if I'm correct. If I recall correctly.
I cannot botch etiquette, but I can totally botch appearance, which is funny as shit to me. I'm supernaturally beautiful, but I can still have a bad hair day.
I get 6 dice, I mean.
I get 7. Eat that, Ogo!
Listen, I also have sex appeal. Fuck you.
I mean, people get obsessed with me, but I don't think that's the same thing. I think it's just parasociality. What's our diff, Josh?
Bye, Cooley.
Yeah. I was going to say, rich people, I'll give you a difficulty 7. Because they're rich people in a very poor town. 3 successes for Kyle.
Does my regal specialty apply to this?
I will say yes.
Ooh.
Ooh, almost all 6. I got 5.
3 successes.
So of the 3 of you, the one who is going to be stealthing looks the best.
He's the best.
Yeah.
Well, she's got to make an appearance.
Yeah. So Chaz, you lend Kyle's character some of
we
your
love
clothes.
you, buddy. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, amigo. But you lend him some of your clothes, and of course, being a satyr who knows how to party and have a good time, he knows how to dress for the occasion. And but as you all see, Eleanor literally doing the stereotypical lady coming down the stairs kind of thing. She seems to have outdone the 2 of you when it comes to appearance, despite planning on sticking to the shadows.
So why don't you look that good?
I don't think I could pull off the dress.
You're an autumn sheet, you might be able to. As in your finest attire, you all make it to the somewhat beaten jalopy and make your way to the Vanderberg estate. Adam, what exactly do you plan on trying to fix up? I do believe I gave you a list of things that are currently in need of repair in the hotel.
Well, I guess. Wait, did I write it down though? I don't remember. It's been so long.
It's been like 3 weeks. Well, I guess it's been 4 weeks. Due to the extra week last month.
I also have very shit memory, so.
I only have Samantha Owen Sharecropper 1 month, and no.
Well, at least you have the name of the person you're trying to foster.
Yeah, and then the Create Hope Musing. So I did take notes, but not the right notes. My character part did though, but not I. I know, like it was like a lot of I don't know, a lot of stuff that can be done. Remember what was?
Why don't you give me something that you'd immediately like to try to solve in this place, and tell me how you would go about trying to fix it? Well, what's the kind of thing you're looking at trying to fix that you think is going to be wrong here?
Probably like I'm assuming there's like a lot of just dust in the.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Dust all the way down.
Yeah. Well, just like I'm assuming like the water. There's no running water either. I'm guessing, right? Yeah.
Yes, I do recall that the water currently is not plugged in, but not running.
Yeah, plugged in. Yes, the water's not plugged in. How about we start drawing the toaster now? I guess like look around to see if I can find like
I don't know where
like like something with I guess towels or something to wipe down just everything with
So there's the sheets that's covering the scant remains of the furniture they got left behind here.
Or like I guess is there a way to? I'm guessing there's a well in town though, or something to get water from for the public, or anything like that.
I will tell you that in the midst of the Dustbowl, Adam, water is a tough thing to come by, but there obviously people are not dying from people aren't immediately dying from dehydration here. But you basically have to find somebody who'd be willing to give you some water without finding the water currently underground to basically hook up the water system here too.
Oh no!
Oh, we lost the cat. Bro.
There goes our viewers. No.
No, nobody tunes in for this.
Oh.
Entertainment? What is that?
I don't have any.
I know I'm kind of
busy-
pretty. I might be able to keep people busy till she gets back.
All right.
So what do you want to do? You want to try to find some way to seal up the windows, or you're going to try to find water?
Hey, glad you're having a good time, Effective. Josh is a goddamn treasure.
No, I cannot currently see the chat, but thank you for whatever is being said.
This is pretty cool. ST is doing a great job.
No, I appreciate that.
Wait. I guess I'll just block up the windows then for sure. Yeah. Try to block up.
Okay.
Like the dirty. I guess there's a bunch of just sheets that are not in use. I'm guessing. Yeah.
Sheets that were being used to try to save whatever furniture was left before this place was abandoned.
Can I attempt to use like the sheets on the like block, like just cut out pieces of them and just like cover it over the windows so no other dust comes in there?
Okay, you're gonna basically try to cheaply seal this place up.
Yeah, for now, yeah.
Trying to outdust the Dustbowl, Adam?
Yeah.
Why don't you give me intelligence craft?
That I can do.
No, I will give you a difficulty 7 just because this is keeping dust out of the Dustbowl was a huge problem.
You underestimate my foot power. Is the difficulty 7?
Oh, no.
Yes.
Never underestimate Adam's toes.
Yeah.
Dexter's toes are coming out, boys.
Adam, I just want to this is how it happens. At least when I get stuck with poggers, it's a complete accident. You do this to yourself.
He leans into the meme, and we all know it and love it.
But this is also why you're everybody's favorite CAFCON person.
Well, not according to the vote, Chaz.
No. Did you see how that vote ended? We tied, and I think most people were just kissing my ass for XP. So I didn't vote. I didn't vote, and it was a rigged vote anyway because Josh wasn't on there.
Hey, Josh.
So guess what?
Was he not?
I thought they were talking about NAE, but for some reason, Annie wasn't there either, and Bob.
You guys were talking about the who's your favorite vote thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my name wasn't on there, so I already know where I stand.
Oh no.
I was like, not even eligible for the vote. But the funniest part to me is that Anae tried to point it out, but nobody caught on, which makes it a lot funnier.
Oh no. I could have sworn I saw Josh's name on that, but I guess I was just thinking shit. I could have sworn.
Oh, Valernos, thank you. Don't feel bad. I like Josh better than me too. Valernos says you are his favorite.
Oh, thank you, Valernos.
I am only here once a month. I don't know why I was on there, to be honest with you.
You're a period.
You have 3 votes, while I have 2, so.
How many successes did you get, Adam?
I mean, I just want to point out, while your fans are in the chat right now, that we've invited you to join us more often. But I don't know. That's none of my business.
She's busy being a V streamer. I got 4 successes.
She could be a B
4
streamer
successes.
right now. What does that mean?
No.
Well, 4 successes. You're gonna be going around ripping up sheets and nailing them with whatever nails you can pull out. But for the most part, it seems like, at least for now, that's gonna hold up until. Well, hold up for now.
Until
So you guys are driving the jalopy, basically up the hill where you slowly see the town kind of. Well, going off of Main Street, you guys came from the south, going up. That's kind of where the shares were, and now kind of being on Main Street, heading out towards the eastern of the town. You're kind of going up into the hills as it kind of goes up a little bit, where whatever kind of old money houses there were. You kind of approach the.
Oh, sorry, I just on the way.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
A question should it become relevant.
All right.
Do either of you actually know my mortal name?
I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't even know your fairy name.
Well,
But
I
it just
Also,
seems
was
like
that-
you
was
got
that
something
question
going on.
directed at me
and I'm a follow it.
I do not, by the way.
Krudar is completely aware that his accent bleeds over between Boyle and Krudar.
would be cool to VTube as your characters.
I told you, make VTubers. Or avatars, not VTubers.
That'd be kind of entertaining.
Yeah.
Like, especially if we like switch it on and off if we're talking in character or not.
Let me see where dope, yeah.
If I get
That would be a
overruled,
major flash warning.
I'd be willing to check it out, but we can see if we wanted to.
I don't know if I want to be an anime elf guy. I mean, there's worse things to be.
You're halfway there.
Look at all the fan art, though, Chaz.
The what?
You have all the fan art. Or the emojis that can become...
Hey, I have HTG and Daestra. I get plenty fan art, thank you.
No, but we'll have more.
Are you going to tell them your mortal name, or are you just going to kind of roll with this?
When we get there, please address me as Mr. James Hutchison, for the benefit of our mortal benefactors, and
Got it, Boss Hutcherson.
let me just say this now. I fully expect to be swallowing some very bitter pills in a moment, and to say that I'm not looking forward to this would be a grievous understatement. However, I am sworn to the service of the Duke and to the dreaming, and for the greater benefit of Kithane society, I might have to grit my teeth and bear this. Are we understood?
Yep.
I'm just here to be your shadow.
Balls.
Very well, then.
And I also, for no reason, simply that it's fun. I want to be put in the car in eco-friendly mode. So I'm. It's currently flying, but just slow enough that the tires are like touching the ground barely, just to save on fuel economy. Since
Oh boy, you want to spend the glamour to do that? You can do that, but I'd like to point out that glamour might be rarer than gas right now.
It doesn't cost me any glamour.
Oh, it doesn't?
No.
All right. So you approach the gates of the Vanderberg estate, and you are ushered in as a servant comes out, kind of opens the gate and allows you in. And
Did I
the
melt
two
the
of you
shadow
were
already?
here. All right, are you going to try to kind of just duck under the seats and hide right now, or are you going to literally try to perform one of your arts and realms to try to hide yourself?
Oh, I thought I was just gonna melt into shadow and just disappear, so that way no one notices me right now. Because I'm just
You
sneaking.
can if you have I believe, what is it, Autumn
Yeah,
and Actor.
I do. Actually,
What arts and realms do you currently have?
Autumn, Metamorphosis, Primal, and Fey, Drop, Nature, and Actor.
Oh, she actually needs Faye to interact with me, unless she's using Scene, but she doesn't have Scene, so...
I have everything else.
So you.
But
you
do
currently know
you
what
have
kind
the dots to cast an art on someone of my personage?
1, 2,
I am a
3,
super important ferryman.
4, 5. 5?
You have 5 in Faye?
No, not 5. Not Fey. Like I mean all together.
Like, if you have
Whatever.
5 in Faye, you can interact wherever you fucking want. You can fucking ride on the back of the flying car.
Wait, what is it? What is it that I need? I'm
I
unsure.
believe you need 1 dot in Autumn. Autumn is Creeping Shadows at level 1. The Changeling commands nearby shadows to bend to her whim. A Satyr summons the shadow of a reluctant partner to dance with her. A
I got
Sluaw curdles the nighttime shadows of a bully's bedrooms into a theater of menace. This art may be used subtly, twisting or slightly manipulating shadows to grant a sinister aspect to the scene, or it may be used to commandeer shadows to become great glaring things until disconnected from actions of those that cast them, or even to swallow the changeling up and hide the subject from sight. So basically, you can summon Chaz's shadow to kind of swallow you and cover you up as you try to hide within it. If that's what
Or
you're
you
trying to
just
do.
press yourself really thin across the floor. And just kind of slither.
Yeah,
So,
no,
yeah,
she's planning on being a shadow, so I absolutely have that. I can absolutely do that.
How many dots of fate do you have? Because if you're specifically using his shadow, you're technically kind of casting the spell on him.
Thus, I have 2.
I think 2 is what she needs to... She can hit a fairy noble with 2.
Okay. So
Damn,
let's
I'm
see.
good.
All right, the realm selected determines blah blah blah.
I think it's 1 for commoners, 2 for nobles, 3 for Chimera, 4 for Nunehi, and
Elusive.
5 is just
Alien.
like you can act like the dreaming itself.
Yeah.
I affect magic itself.
Yeah, she has like meta dreaming.
Cantrips, treasures, freeholds, draws, trods, and
All
so
right.
forth.
So you're going to have to spend a point of glamour, and if you have a bunk, you can reduce the difficulty of this if you have something kind of special, weird, or funny that you can perform to kind of help you with the spell that you're performing.
I don't remember what the bunks are. I'm sorry.
The bunk is not a specific thing. It's something that you come up with to sort of break the monotony and grease the wheels so the magic of the dreaming can flow into the mortal world a little easier.
Yeah, I don't remember what I'm supposed to do for that.
You will flip.
Yeah, you can literally do anything you can think of that would kind of make sense.
Yeah.
Now, the more
You just have to-
outrageous it is, the easier casting your spell becomes. However, the interesting thing is you're trying to be sneaky. So I look forward to seeing how this plays out.
Oh no, I just thought we were gonna do this in the car. I didn't know we were outside yet.
Oh no, you can do it in the car if you want. Josh is the boss.
I wasn't ready.
You can perform it in the car, but if you have something like whimsical or silly that you can perform,
Can I make my cat stand on its back feet in my hand?
Mr. Cat, what?
Can I make my cat do a back feet handstand on my hand? It does party tricks.
Don't look at me. Ask this ST.
I know.
You're telling the question would be how does that kind of evoke the stealth you're trying to perform?
Well, I have no idea. I just thought it was something goofy.
Oh.
So, like for example, you can throw sand in the air and just look at that and then disappear or something like that.
Like ninja dust.
Yeah, like something like that would technically work if you want to blow sand in everybody's eyes so they can't see you and kind of.
Hey,
duck into the
Kamakushi is now
shadow.
following. Thank you.
Yes, I will do that.
Also, why is our alert box so tiny? That's not our alert box.
It's over one person's
Wait a
face.
minute,
No,
that's
wait a
yours. Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Thank you for following Amai, Kamakushi. See, look what we do for you, and you won't even play with us more than once a month.
Hang on, I'm trying to.
You don't have to make it disappear. You can say thank you to people.
I appreciate it. Thank you. I didn't see who followed because it was so tiny. I didn't see whoever followed. But let me go make that go away.
Yeah, we have our great big alert box that goes unused.
Did it alert in your guys' ears, by the way?
No,
No.
because your OBS is open. That's why.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure the sound didn't come through or anything like that.
Wait, does that mean if I put the woo sound in and the wee sounds when I go through?
Well, she'll.
This is why we don't give you access to anything, Adam.
Hey, awesome, Sir Wilhelm. Thank you for following. Sorry, I had to guilt trip you into that.
Did you see the name of her phone?
I think it was Kamakushi, but
Oh, sweet.
I was like squinting a little bit, so.
Awesome. But yeah, I'll use the hand then.
Can you? All right, I will give it to you this time, but next time you have to try to come up with it. So
Okay.
you will roll the dice at a difficulty 6 with your arts and realm.
Otherwise, the
total
teacher's
dice you
going to
have.
deduct a grade next time.
No.
Am I using both? Am I using both Autumn and Faye?
Yes. So autumn is the magic you're using. Fae is what you're affecting. So your autumn is the shadow magic. Fae is Chaz's shadow.
Difficulty? What was it? I'm sorry.
For 6, if you're blowing sand into everybody's eyes
6.
to get
Okay,
them
cool.
to temporarily look away at you.
Hey, all 3 successes. All 3 days that I had.
All right.
What has happened up until now? I'm currently trying to smuggle people into a party for rich white possible racists in the 1930s Great Depression. So should be interesting to say the least.
I drove.
Glenn, listen. VTubers are doing an uprising. Leave me alone.
So as you guys are driving and the two of you are discussing in the front seat about what to call Hutch, you suddenly turn it, and the slew eyes in the back seat. As sand gets into your eyes, and as you move it out of your face, she seems to have disappeared.
A bit more
See you,
discerning
nerd.
with the sand next time, please.
Sorry.
And as you all approach so the two of you who are here for the first time, you see what is clearly a rather grandiose looking magic mansion that stands out from the rest of the city. Even the houses leading up to this, which were few and far between, were basically smaller houses compared to this thing, which is 2 stories high, and it looks to have quite a few rooms. But whatever garden and grass there used to be here is somewhat maintained through perhaps a Herculean effort, but it is clearly dying away.
HTG, yes. When, but nothing.
Glenn, you've seen her before. Come on.
And most of the lights are turned out here, but clearly on the second floor that Hutch would be able to phone in on that it's the same room he went into last time he was here. As another servant sees the approach of the car and opens the front door.
I'm going to sort of whisper to Kyle, when we get inside and see people, do me a favor and announce me. Yes, it will help sell the illusion, if you please.
Sure.
I will sort of like give you a very pursed smile at that. That is not what I'm going for. Circumstances are a hell of a thing right now.
So you all start to make your way up the foyer stairs that lead to the second floor. Kyle and Melinda, you guys can see much of what Chaz saw on his first time here.
You remember that, don't you?
Yeah.
No, I do not.
At this point, not quite outdated Art Deco furniture, but clearly ostentatious performances of wealth that now covered in dust due to the lack of staff that remains in this town. Clearly shows the decline of this household. And you pass by the portraits of the scions of this family, as you come to the drawing room, and the door is creaked just enough to let a sliver of light out.
Gotcha. Thank you.
What do you do?
Oh, did we both walk in? I thought we were still in the car.
No. I was describing the foyer is not. I will tell you, the foyer is not outside.
Yeah,
I don't believe you, John.
I didn't realize you were like describing to all of us, or just Hutch and Eleanor.
Well, they can't see me, right?
No, they can't see you. You are quite literally blended into the shadow of Hutch.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I thought I was still outside parking. So yeah. Do we see anyone, or is it just us looking at the building?
There was the servant that opened the gate, and there was another man who opened the door, and so far it looks to be mostly empty. Chaz's character saw some servants when he came here, but they have either been dismissed or are currently not allowed on the premises.
That second one is... this is gonna be this, isn't it?
Well, see, there aren't any people here to announce you to, so... You want me to yell at an empty hall?
Oh no, there's a door with a light coming out of it.
Presumably,
and there were some lights on. There were some lights on the second floor when you guys saw the exterior of the house.
Right. So,
did any of you
looking through the doorway, do I see people on the other side?
Yeah, if you're getting close enough, you can hear people speaking at this point.
Okay.
Sounds like a handful of people. Mostly men, but you can probably make out one woman's voice amongst the conversation.
I'm gonna look back. Like, you ready here, boss?
Let's say yes.
All right. Going to open the door. A Mr. James Hutchison here, and then step out of the way and hand out for you to walk in.
I step through the door, taking my hat off as I do. I look around. Who do I see?
You see, come in, old sport. As old Abelard Vanderberg, the platinum blonde, slick back scion of the Vanderbergs, currently the only Vanderberg within the city, kind of invites you in. He's like, Hutch, I didn't know that you currently had somebody in service. Right now it's mostly the gentleman and lady, as he points out to one woman. I hope he doesn't mind going with the rest of the staff.
Do forgive me, Mr. Vanderberg. As I live and breathe, I thought it might be rude of me to impinge myself and not bring my own help. That shouldn't be a problem. Mr. Boyle, if you could please give me some space with the fellows here.
Very good, Mr. Hutchinson.
Do you say, no, you said Boyle's name, right?
Yes.
Okay. Abelard will say, Boyle, there's a little bit of champagne down in the cellar. Old Jonathan should be able to point it out to you if you don't mind. I'm bringing up a couple of glasses.
Right away.
Out of character, I'm sorry. Like, Hutch will give you, like, a sympathetic mea culpa look, but, like, I did not want this.
No, that's fine.
I wasn't necessarily planning on bringing, Gilbert, but I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here.
Gives us more potential to find out stuff.
And snoop around.
Exactly.
So I will describe the group within the room to the three of you, considering all three of you will be able to see them as you step into the room. As I said, there's one woman. She looks relatively young. It's difficult to tell if she's late 20s, early 30s, but her hair is done in a bit of an updo, and she's wearing a bright blue dress, white gloves with a pearl necklace. And she has, we'll say, a bit more of a jovial attitude to her as she's speaking, but most of the conversation dies as the three of you seem to walk in. From your first encounter in the city, you will see that there is the man you all believe to have been the sheriff that turned out to be the manager of the Vanderburg Estates, one Mr.
Was his name Bill Turner?
Yes, Bill Turner.
Oh.
You beat me to it.
Hey, I remembered a thing. And for a second I thought I was getting it confused with Pirates of the Caribbean, but I
Bootstrap Bill Turner?
Yeah.
That was definitely the whole joke when we met him.
Yeah. And I haven't seen those movies since they first came out, and so now I regret that I might have stolen something from memory.
Dude, literally, that is my life the whole fucking time. Like, when you just yank a fucking name out of the ether, 9 times out of 10 it's going to be somebody from somewhere.
It's like when you dream, right? Like, allegedly every face you see in your dream is somebody you've seen in real life. I understand now that when I pull a name out of the ether, I'm probably sifting through almost 3 decades worth of media in my head. Yeah, he has a bit of a sour face. He's dressed slightly better than he was. He's wearing still like a blue, probably denim button-up shirt with a bolo tie. His cowboy hat is probably at a small table where he's sitting, and there seem to be
Black Gutter, how you doing, buddy?
Other than Abelard, Bill Turner, and the woman, there's 2 older gentlemen. These men seem to be much older. One of them probably in his 80s, still very, very out of date at this point. Mutton chops with thinning hair going back. And the other man's probably a little younger than that, probably we'll say around 50s, 60s, more modern, hair combed to one side, gray mustache, heavier set, which is quite a rarity in these times.
So there's a total of 5 people in this room, discounting me and Enva.
Yes.
Hutch would like to scan the room with his politics. I'm looking for any sort of iconography that might be on, like, brooches, cufflinks, anything that he might notice that would stand out to give away some kind of allegiance.
Okay, I'll give you intelligence politics at a difficulty 9, just because you are a newcomer to the city, but we'll see if there's anything here tied to the greater Texas or United States.
Oh, foolish mortal, I cannot botch politics, for I am super cool ferryman. I do, however... Okay, so let's see, intelligence... Yeah, it's going to be 7, boss. What's my diff?
7? I said a difficulty 9.
Well, at least I can't botch. About not being able to botch. 7, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. So that's a fail.
So you scan around, and it's kind of difficult to make out, but you can probably see some references to names or work affiliations on things like cufflinks and whatnot, but I will say other than I will say there's pretty much other than ostentatious jewelry, it's kind of hard to make out what kind of affiliations they might be tied to.
I mean, Kyle's not wrong. This is legitimately me. I really need to get like a just a dice tray that I can keep on my lap or something, because Onyx Path, I love you. I want to support you so bad, but this dice roller, it
hates you.
Maybe it just has a grudge against me. Like maybe it works good for everybody else. Adam, is Onyx Dice good to you? Because they fucking hate me, man.
It has been. Carlos still alive for some reason.
Fair the fuck
I'm
enough.
still here, baby.
There's plenty of reasons, and it's not always your dice app.
This is why you use real dice.
That's what I'm saying. I need a tray. I need a.
No, just use a book like I do. It has treated me well.
You see that I play the game on my lap, right? How am I gonna fucking be catching dice all night?
And I play this on a bed that's all bouncy. What's your point?
I need a tray. That's my fucking point.
What about a shoebox?
No.
Shoot.
A shoe?
A shoebox.
Okay, actually, that's not a bad idea. I've got a couple shoe
Chaz,
boxes.
the most goth thing you could get to roll your dice would be like one of those stereotypical like skull hand goblets to hold the dice,
I have
and like
those.
a pewter plate to which you could just swirl the goblet and throw the dice onto.
I love it.
Also, Bishop High. Sir William is one of my viewers.
Oh, neat. How's it
He's
going?
my friend from like team.
Happy to have you here. Welcome.
Howdy.
Howdy.
So as the door is basically closed behind you, Kyle. At I will say towards the top of the foyer, there's a sort of elderly servant kind of calling you down the staircase.
And I will go. How you doing, Gilbert boy?
You can call me Jonathan. You can call me Jonathan. Or old John, as A.B. calls me.
Nice to meet you, John. What's the deal with these guys upstairs?
Hey, I don't...
Hey, HDV fucking being rad.
Beautiful.
Is he throwing out subscriptions like it's going out of style?
Yes.
You know, like the man does.
HTG, we love you, buddy. But once again, I feel compelled to remind you, we love you in spite of this. You could never give us another dime, and we would adore you.
HTG's calling for them sleepy Adams.
But I still can't use my own face.
Effective subscribed. One of us. One of us.
Yeah.
His face gets kind of hard, and his face kind of gets stiff and a little hard. And he's like, "Son, the less you know about that, the better it is. We might be different colors," he says, "but we're both to help, and we don't ask questions."
I will not silence myself. I love you, HTG. Also, Periclesius, I had no idea you were here. How's it going?
Neat.
I will if you accept mine.
Well, I mean, sometimes it helps to know what lines not to cross. That's all. Anyway, they were looking for a bottle of champagne from down in the cellar.
Which is where he will take you. It's considering it's North Texas, it's not like quite the grandiose cellar you might expect.
Right.
More up north, but it's basically a small kind of reinforced small kind of cubby and a staircase going down in the kitchen where there are still a couple of bottles of champagne, and you can. Maybe you don't know quite what they're saying, but it looks like foreign words on these wine bottles and whatnot.
Looks like malarkey. All right. This, kind of like what them Frenchies speak. Anyway, this ought to work.
Looks like malarkey.
Well, if you go on, we'll give them a second before we take it up. I think they're about to get to the important matters.
Sounds fair. Don't want them knowing how hard we really work.
Ain't that the truth? So we'll go up top. As you kind of scan the room with the Salua in tow, Abelard will kind of say, "Where are my manners, old Hutch, old sport? This over here is, we'll say the local fire and brimstone seller, Miss Mary Gold." And she kind of gives you a hand to take.
What is the etiquette at this period? Is this sort of a take and shake, take and kiss? I'm assuming if... Oh, son of a bitch. You never gave us the name, did you?
Of what?
Of Mary Gold. She's
I think I did.
the leader of the wackos.
Yeah, no, I think I did. If I'm not
No, she
mistaken.
did.
Oh, she did? Oh,
Yeah.
then Hutch recognizes.
Mary Gold.
Is that
Pleasure,
a real
Miss
name?
Gold.
Who knows?
Okay, can I get a she etiquette roll on this one? Like, do I kiss, or would her religious leanings imply that I should back off?
I would say the fact that she kind of, sort of, somewhat proudly offers you her hand. It is safe to perform etiquette, perhaps more becoming of 50 years ago than 1930.
So tell her to go to the.
Oh my god.
Oh, you're going to hell for that, Adam. That was funny.
What did he say?
Adam, that's currently the etiquette of the current era in this campaign.
What did he say?
Women belong in the
Tell her to go to what?
The kitchen.
Oh, okay.
That's the etiquette of 50 years ago. But I mean, the 1930s, I'm pretty sure someone was saying that.
Why, Miss Gold, it is a pleasure. As I will just gently give her a tasteful peck on the knuckles.
And she will say, "I believe the pleasure is all mine," in a somewhat, we'll say, husky, sultry voice.
I do hope
This
so, man.
tall glass of water.
And he'll be like, "I believe we've already met Mr. Bill Turner over here. He is the manager of my estate."
Mr. Bill Turner, my generous benefactor, sir. I once again cannot overstate my esteem at your trusting me enough to bring me into such auspicious company, sir. I do owe you a debt, I believe, as I offer him a hand to shake.
He kind of grunts and definitely kind of gives you one of those kind of... Well, I'll say he kind of goes for to emasculate you. He goes for your fingers as he goes in for the handshake.
Do I see it coming with enough time to react?
I will say if you want to make a roll for it, yes.
What's my... What
is this? Dexterity etiquette.
Dex
Okay.
etiquette, wow! Did you ever see yourself calling for that one?
I have now.
I'm sorry, what did you do? The lady? Mary?
He's telling you to stab the creature.
What's my difficulty?
I'll say this is a difficulty 6.
Okay, I only have 5 dice because Hutch is a dainty fairy, man.
This isn't the first time somebody's tried to Donald Trump you.
3 successes. So I'm gonna, as I see it, I'm gonna deliberately push my hand forward, take his, and squeeze with what not a aggressive squeeze, but one that I hope comes off as enthusiastic.
You can kind of see him scrunch his face, kind of suck his lips in a little bit as he kind of gives you the squeeze back. As you do the classic and go thumb to inter thumb to make sure he doesn't give you the sissy handshake.
Mighty fine handshake you got there, sir. Reminds me of my dear old daddy. God rest his soul.
What's a sissy handshake?
Grab him by your fingers and just kind of
Yeah, that
Oh, gotcha.
It's considered it's something some people try to do to emasculate other guys when you go in for the handshake, is they'll grab your fingers, and so that you aren't able to return the firm handshake, and they can kind of yank your hand around.
I have never heard of that. That is so strange, but okay.
Well, welcome to the world of toxic masculinity.
Yeah, it's sad.
I made the joke because that is something our previous president, you can see several videos of him either doing it or trying to pull it off on people, which is, to me, if you've seen somebody do it, that's a very commonly televised thing he did. But
That's gross.
I was like trying to turn it around on him. It's like, let's try that again. You grab my hand a little early. Like, put it on them that they fucked up a handshake.
Yeah, the other thing is, what was his name? Lyndon B. Johnson used to do something similar where he would grab your hand. He was like 6 foot something, like 6'2", 6'4", and so he would get really close and kind of lean forward so that you'd have to like lean back. But,
or you just make out with the president on live TV. I would have liked to see that.
Just lean into his arm around, give him a peck on the cheek, be like, look at this sumbitch.
Just tap the undercarriage. You don't call my bluff, LBJ.
That roll intimidation, eh?
Manipulation etiquette. But as Abelard introduces you to the other two gentlemen, he points to the very elderly gentleman with the almost Civil War era mutton chops. He says, "This over here is Mr. Charles Ellison. He is the railway commissioner for these parts."
Mr. Ellison, the railway commissioner, it is a pleasure to meet you, sir. Tell me, what is your opinion on travel around these parts? I understand it hasn't been too great lately, but what do you see in the future, sir?
Well, if discussions go well, I hope things will be quite fortuitous.
Oh, I certainly hope indeed, sir. I suppose you're not wanting to spoil a surprise for me, so I will wait my turn as I turn to the other gentleman who I'm assuming is next in the flow.
Yes, as he will introduce you finally to William Buckner, who he will identify as the bank commissioner of North Texas Bank, which is currently the owner of the only surviving branch in the city of Crucifixion. This is the portly gentleman with the iron gray mustache that you saw.
Now, do I know that that's the only surviving branch, or is that something that Abelard told me?
Abelard will basically kind of throw it out as kind of the man that kind of stuck it out or is still sticking it out.
And what was his name?
William Buckner.
Mr. Buckner, that is inspiring. I have to appreciate a man with a fire in his belly to keep a business alive in these troubled times. Dare I ask, what's your secret? How have you been able to hold on to such a thing?
It's a strong foundation, son. Strong foundations.
I respect that, sir. I respect that deeply.
We'll say around these parts, we look out for each other. At least among this circle, as they all kind of chuckle amongst themselves.
I do understand that, sir. Well, far be it for me to interrupt, please. By all means, I don't wish to cut off such a lively conversation. Sound like you all were having a grand old time before I came in.
Is Eleanor currently just kind of sticking to the shadows right now, kind of taking everything in?
Just pops up, you bitch! You owe me 500 library books!
No, I am in the shadows. I'm still in his shadow, just kind of like, just vibing, listening, and
taking it all in.
Yes.
I will say back downstairs, Jonathan and Gilbert. You see you see Jonathan start taking out the champagne flutes and pop open the bubbly and start quite with what you can tell is quite some practice. Start pouring 5 glasses.
John Smith, you wonderful paragon of humanity. How are you, friend?
No, but yeah.
Hi, John. J'accuse.
And he will ask you to get an ice bucket, as he kind of points out where it is to put the remaining champagne into the. As he kind of as Jonathan asks you, so are the Hutchisons an old family, or you've been serving them a long time?
You could sort of think of me as a new hire for him. I'm not really sure how far back the family goes, but certainly longer than I've been working for him.
He's well, in this sort of business, you take care of them and they take care of you.
He's been good to me so far.
The last 2 days have been just great.
Yeah. You haven't yelled at me, so you're better than my last boss.
As he said, well, I think it's about time.
All right. I'll take him upstairs for you.
It is at this point that you come into the conversation as it was ending with the glasses of champagne. And we'll say Mr. Ellison's the Guild Railway managers as well. But you see, you must come from a good family if you don't have to afford the colored help.
My daddy was a hard-working man. He did well for us, and imparted his values onto me. I've taken those values and made a fortune for myself. I think a successful man like you understands what that's like.
Oh, I come from a hard-working family. Good old Anglos. All the way back to the first pioneers. You know, we had a couple of Irish folk working for us. You know, back then it was indentured servitude. As he kind of points to you, Gilbert, he's like, "You Irish boy?"
Not a drop, sir.
Yeah. That's all as well as it should be, too. You know, they have a problem. I don't think that champagne bottle would have made it up here if you was.
Oh, this is somehow worse than what I was expecting. Have no fear, Mr. Ellison, sir. Mr. Boyle here is one of the most forthright, honest, and hard-working men I've had the pleasure of knowing. And it is a great boon and a blessing to have him to count him among my allies.
You're too kind, Mr. Hutchison.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, Gilbert, you can tell that through it all, Gilbert, you can tell that through it all, Jonathan still has very much the stoic face that he's had the whole time.
My God, this guy must have been putting up with this shit for fucking 50 years at this point.
As he kind of motions for you to start handing out the glasses with a look.
As requested.
So what do I use for magic to assault people?
I use
on what you have.
I cast
I'm
fist.
sorry, what?
That is the classic cast fist. If you have something that you think your spells can help you with, but do you have the realm of actor?
I actually do.
All right, then you can absolutely affect normal human beings with your magic. You just have to tell me what you're using it, or what realm you're using.
I'm not exactly sure of my limitations. I don't know how this works.
What's your dots in actor?
2.
I think you can hit just about anybody. Might have to know them for a certain length of time.
No, I know there has to be things to... I'm not saying I'm going to do it right now.
Oh, that's Kamui Kushi. He was the green dog.
The fairy dog.
Oh, I don't know if you're still watching Kamui Kushi, but that's a cool avatar. I like your style. Also, your voice is very soothing.
He's pretty dope. I'm sorry to make this take a long time. I'm unfamiliar with this game.
No, you're fine. I think with actor, the level that you have in actor affects how many human beings you can affect at once. So I'm pretty sure one actor is one person. But if you want to do something to somebody, it depends on what you have. For example, I think if you have like right now with Autumn, if you only have one dot in it, all you can really do is control shadows. 2 dots in Autumn, I know because I also played a Slua. You can start looking for the breaking points and things to easier cause kind of chaos or break things apart. I know at some point, I think you can start rapidly aging people and whatnot.
2 dots of actor, it is a threshold of how well she knows them. So 2 dots of actor, she can target people that she has personally met and has at least a few minutes of interaction with. At actor 3, anyone they recognize based on some pre-existing context.
Damn it.
I mean, the name.
True. I was going to ask a cool question.
You do have his name, and you can tell he's racist, and he's old, and he's rich. So far, the more you spend time with somebody, the lucky thing about being a Slua is you can interact with people without them knowing you're interacting with them.
Yeah, I was going to ask a quick question. So, like, have you seen the Princess and the Fog before?
Yes.
Are you going to be the Shadow Man?
I was going to ask if I could fuck with their shadow if it does anything to them. I don't think that's the thing, but I wanted to know.
Become the Nightman.
Is that something that is possible?
What specific thing are you trying to learn how to do?
I don't know, trip someone?
So you want to like just start messing with people?
Oh no, the old man broke a hip. That's awful.
Yeah, if you want to learn how to really do bad things to people, I would say start leveling up Autumn, because I know at Autumn at some point you get what's called the Withering, where you can literally just start sucking the life out of people.
Or Dragon's Ire, you just hit them really hard.
I mean, I'm not trying to murder them, I'm just trying to assault. Lightly assault.
You know, one's a misdemeanor, one's a felony.
What?
What are the other arts that you have, Melinda?
Autumn, Metamorphosis, and Primal.
See, Metamorphosis, I think, lets you change into things or change things, and I think Primal is the elements, if I'm correct.
Yeah, change their fucking champagne into acid. That'll fuck with
you. Yeah. But yeah, right now it might be difficult to specifically perform what you're trying to do, but as you level up your arts, you will be better able to fuck with people if that's what you're trying to do.
Damn it.
What's your level of Metamorphosis?
1.
Okay, so you can change the colors of shit. If you had 2, you could grow or shrink people.
That's not something I want to do, though. I'm trying to be sneaky about it. I'm not trying to be obvious.
I mean... Maybe you just shrink little parts of their body.
I don't wanna bite his dick off, no.
What was your other one? Primal? What do you have in Primal?
I have 1 in 3.
That's a good one.
Ooh! You use Metamorphosis, and then you turn the racist guy black.
Yeah, that's pretty much what Glenn is saying.
What was the joke in the Boondocks where you get a Lego?
Oh yeah. You have 1 in Primal, you said?
Yes.
Turn page. Willow Whisper. In the hours before dawn, Puka creeps up to feet to ask. The paving stones of the Duke walkway allows the changeling to speak to the world and hear its replies, so you can talk to inanimate objects.
Fucking
right, Daestra. I feel like all you have to say is Uncle Ruckus and people will giggle.
Yeah, I will say if you do something right now, though, that you would cause quite a brouhaha.
No, I might wait. I'm not sure what I could do without being seen is the problem.
Cantrip allows the changeling to set her target apart from himself, changing one fundamental feature into a plausible alternative. I see nothing against the rules that would stop you from introducing melanin into this fellow.
I will think about it.
So I will say, Kyle, as Gilbert is kind of handing out the glasses of champagne as Jonathan takes the champagne bucket and kind of sets it down on a little end table. Most of the men kind of don't really acknowledge you, other than the quite obviously racist jokes coming out of Mr. Ellison. But Mary Gold kind of rubs her fingers up your hand as she as you hand her the glass.
Oh, this lady thirsty, and she don't want no champagne.
Ma'am?
Do it. You're the satyr. It's so much less weird if you seduce her than me. We need leverage over this bitch.
I'll flick her a wink and carry on my duties.
As you
Just
approach
wink.
that perhaps may come to fruition.
The hobo wink. It works every time.
She doesn't know.
I know.
She doesn't know. Hey, up until like the last couple years, I wasn't a hobo. I was a rancher.
Yeah.
My character has
You got
quite literally chosen the hobo life. Like he had options. Chose this.
You got those strong ranch hands.
Them strong ranch. Them solid shoulders.
The skin on your hands feel like worn leather gloves.
That's such a contrast.
As once the glasses of champagne are handed out, Jonathan will kind of motion you to follow him to exit the room.
Doop, doop, doop.
As he kind of closes the door behind him, he's like, "Are you hungry, son?
I'm a bit peckish.
We don't got much here for us help, but I can try to get you something." And they're probably going to be talking a while.
Fine by me. You been working here long there, boss?
He's like, "Well, I've been working for the Vanderbergs my whole life, as far as I can recall."
Quite a while.
Yep. Feels like it gets longer every year.
Ha! I know it. No, seeing some of the folks you've met, I can understand why.
And with the door properly closed, Abelard will kind of sit down, chin on his hand, and wait for the footsteps of Mr. Gilbert Boyle and Jonathan to die away.
Hot trash. I was supposed to get that up today. I didn't get a chance, so I'm going to try to get that up tomorrow. Sorry, go ahead.
As well, now that refreshments are provided, how about we get down to brass tacks, as it were? As you all, well, except you, Hutch, will know things have not been going well in crucifixion, despite the increase in attendance in Miss Goldhere's congregation. And she kind of laughs a little bit. And he says, "But this was a ranch town. A lot of money in cattle, but that's an old way of thinking. You see, I've been having some men from the Standard Oil peeking around here, and well, as you know, thanks to the assistance of Mr. Buckner over here, most of the property is back in my family's hands, as it were, in the glory days of old. And well, let's just say there might be a bit of the black gold underneath." As the murmur of the conversation kind of starts to pick back up, as this is clearly an exciting prospect for everybody here. But there, even with the increased boom in business, there might not be quite enough hands to work. But even though I think we might be able to get rid of the old ways, I think there's some improvements that could be made with a revitalization to this town. Let's just say we could make it a little more ivory in color. Now, I've been talking to some... Oh, go. Are you about to say something, Chess?
I was about to say something to you. Have I noticed the racial diaspora in town since I've been here? Because as far as I can tell, it seemed mostly white people. But did I just imagine that? Am I secretly closet racist?
No, just you guys have. I will say you guys have mostly only interacted with a certain part of town.
Uh-huh.
You guys have been told that there are other communities, but the cowboy who is going to investigate, let's say, those less served communities has not shown up. You guys have been told that, well, I'm sure as he would have told you, Tom's character, Mr. Monjarston, was told that there is a local Hispanic community as well as a local black community.
Quick question: who was the guy like being really like racist or like just rude towards like Irish people? Who was the racist? I assume they all are, but like the one that was like openly saying things.
That would have been the local railway commissioner, Mr. Charles Ellison, the oldest gentleman here.
And who's in charge of this again?
The man leading the conversation right now is, I will say, a man probably early 30s. He dressed himself as Abelard Vanderberg, the owner of the estate you guys are currently on.
Gotcha.
Well, far be it for me to interrupt, Mr. Vanderberg. As you have stated, I am the newcomer here, and I'm a little bit behind the times. What is the sort of diaspora here in this town? How many people are we talking about relocating?
I was just about to get to that, Mr. Hutchison.
Forgive me. I tend to get a bit excited when talks of revitalization come around.
Well, I've been talking to some folks from up north, as it were, as you hear some groans / laughing from Mr. Buckner and Mr. Ellison. But in addition to some of this new deal work going around, there's plenty of good boys from up north and from here in the south that need work, and let's just say the Mexicans are taking some of that employment away, and I've been talking to some folks, and with the railway in town, we might be able to get rid of them all in one swoop. Now, that won't do much about the black community here, but if we get rid of them all, who's going to be serving the champagne other than Mr. Boyle, as he kind of gestures to you, Chaz, eliciting some good laughs from the company.
I am quite lucky to have him under my wings, shall we say. I have a question, though, and forgive me if this seems out of line. I come from San Antone, and maybe we have a different way of doing things down there. But if you say we're short on workers, is it the best thing to deport so many of them that'll work for less money than, shall we say, those northern boys? I mean, from what I understand, back home we could hire most of those people for pennies on the dollar. It doesn't seem economical to boot them out of the way.
Well, here's the thing. With I've been working out a deal with some of these government folks, and let's just say if we were able to set up a little bit of dairies and rigs here, we as long as we're willing to work with the federal government, let's just say we wouldn't be footing the bill for that employment. Thanks to, let's say, some good dealing with that new deal. Now, but the government doesn't know. It wasn't going to have to hurt them knowing that we could pay these folks, but one doesn't get rich by handing out money.
I fully agree. Forgive me, Mr. Vanderbilt. I don't know what you know, but I gotta voice my concerns, or else I just wouldn't be being honest with you. Like you said, one does not just hand out free money. The deal with the government, if they're just going to pay for free work, that sounds a little too good to be true there, Mr. Vanderbilt. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody up at top in Washington, D.C. was trying to double deal with you, sir.
Mary Gold will kind of lean over and whisper to you, and she will say, Vanderberg, Mr. Hutch.
What did I say?
You were saying Vanderbilt.
Oh, whatever his name is supposed to be is what I was saying in character.
Okay. All right. I will not make you suffer the consequences for telling the very sensitive rich man that calling him by the wrong name.
I'm keeping track of 5 people here. I got Mr. Ellison, I got Mary Gold, there's the other white guy, There's Abelard,
Aren't we all?
Van something, and there was a fifth person, right? Or was that?
This
Oh yeah, Bill Turner. Yeah, see, look, I remembered your NPCs before you did. Okay, don't give me shit.
I think Charlie just gave me my next rap name.
What?
The other white guy. The other white guy. So look out for my mixtape.
Yeah, whatever Hutch knows him by is what I say in character.
Okay.
Everything else is meta fuck ups. And you don't want a meta game, right, Josh? That would be bad.
Game, but that would have been an interesting point to roll with that, as you would have made a major social faux pas. I'm sorry, but could you? I lost track a little bit. Can you repeat what you just said before that?
Basically, that the government deal sounds too good to be true, and I'm thinking somebody in Washington's trying to bamboozle him. Look, like I said, I come from San Antonio, and we got a different way of doing things down there. In San Antonio, when the big city folk come rolling around, when they come flashing money and telling us that, they got a deal for us, that they got work for us, that they're going to make us rich, it's because they think they can bamboozle simple country folks. Now, I know you're smarter than that, but those government types, they'll go after anybody. And I'm going to try to work some, like, manipulation into this. Like, I'm going to try to convince people.
I will give it to you right now at a difficulty 8. If you're trying to do some kind of manipulation subterfuge.
I am absolutely trying to do the thing. Manipulation. Ooh, does my dire warning specialty apply?
I will say yes.
Okay, so that's 4, and then my subterfuge is... Fuck, why am I so honest? Okay, roll dice.
Willpower, maybe? Yeah.
I don't have a whole lot of that to go around. 2 9s.
2 9s.
Nice.
Yeah, I need to start getting willpower back.
How do you get willpower back again?
You follow your legacy.
Follow your dream.
Because everybody looks to see what their legacy is.
Yep. Yep. It's been a minute.
I looked at it and I have no idea what the hell that means.
Mine is regent and ringleader. I feel as though I've acted the part, but I'm not pressuring Josh. So whenever he feels as though I deserve it, he can give it to me.
All right. If you feel like there is a good moment, please remind me, because I need to try to remember to give you willpower.
Okay.
Please remember this is but my second time running World of Darkness.
If it's any consolation, you're really good at it.
All right, thank you. I appreciate the kind words. Interestingly enough, if you all wish to know, the first World of Darkness system I ran was Inquisitor.
Are we ever going to pick that up again, or is that just kind of fallow?
No, I'll say I would like to pick it up again. It's just been difficult with work.
Yeah, no worries, buddy. I get it. I mean, hey, if you want to stream it, I mean, I'm sure nobody would complain.
But we don't have what's called the Guts Brothers.
We have Tom.
Yeah,
One guts is enough.
Yeah, true.
You literally have the guts.
Right.
Yeah. I forgot what I was doing last night. I think I was, strolling around the castle. I remember now.
It looks like it looks like Abelard is kind of considering what you're saying, but the old Mr. Charles Ellison will kind of butt, and he's like, "Son, they got some of those good old boys literally busting rocks to fix the railways. Now they are paying them, and they are trying to give them work. And I say, if the government wants to foot the bill, why not let them?" As Bill Turner kind of chimes in and says, "Yeah, it is not just about the work. It's about creating a good future for this city. And how are we going to create a good future for our kids when there are, I will say, less savory elements here?" You all agree? He kind of turns to the rest of the congregation.
Gentlemen, of course I will defer to your wisdom, but consider this. We can either have a workforce in the palm of our hands that's working for our best interest, or we can have a workforce that's working for the best interests of somebody thousands of miles away that's getting paid by for somebody thousands of miles away who's getting the check signed thousands of miles away. Now, if y'all think that's a better deal, then y'all think that's a better deal, but I, for one, do not trust it. Because it only takes a snap of the fingers like that, and all of a sudden them Washington boys decide they got a better deal on the other side of the country, and where's crucifixion going to be? Worse than where it was when they started, because we deported everyone who was willing to work for us in the first place.
As Bill Turner clearly gets a little flustered, and he says, "Excuse me, son, now how long have you been here?" As Abelard kind of picks a hand up and gestures him. So this is exactly why I invited him here. We've been here for quite some time in this city. My family was one of the, well, let's say, refounders of crucifixion. The only one that who is a relative transient in the city is Miss Mary Gold, but she's been here, what now, a good 12 years? But we need to make sure that we are thinking on our feet. But I will say this is not a monarchy. We are really presenting some information now, and we will vote on it later when the time comes. Mr. Hutch, I know you are invited here, but please understand that right now we have our own considerations. But I do believe if you're looking to help reestablish this city, you will be an invaluable member to our group.
Absolutely, Mr. Vanderburg. I do not mean to overreach, and I hope you fine gentlemen and lady understand that. As I said, I would not be dealing with y'all in good faith if I did not voice my concerns, because I do want you to succeed more than anything.
Well, if we can get the derricks up and running, I do believe we will finally have the proper sort of people coming in to the city to stay at that fine hotel you are planning to reestablish. And perhaps there are other business ventures, but that will be for another time. The hour is getting late, and I believe Miss Gold over here has a sermon to prepare.
By the way, Miss Gold, I cannot help but confess I have been deeply interested in your proclivities. What is it that causes a woman of your ilk to take up the cloth? I did not know there were many female preachers in this day and age.
She would say, "Well, I will not say I quite picked up the cloth. You see, I don't belong to any one particular denomination. I speak as the Spirit tells me."
So we're in a house.
Yeah, you're basically in a relatively, I would say about a medium-sized 2-story mansion.
Gotcha. I'm just wondering if I should go and sneak off and snoop or something. I don't know if that would be useful in this house then.
As much information as you can get is probably the better. I think I've got like the racist hoedown handled. I wanna like schmooze Mary for her.
What was the other guy that I was supposed to fuck with? I forgot his name already.
Oh, Charles Ellison is the man you seem to want to hurt now, for reasons that are beyond my understanding.
And what does he do again? I forgot.
He was the local railway commissioner.
Local what?
Railway commissioner. He basically is in charge of the railways for the Panhandle area.
Gotcha. I don't know if I should fuck with him yet.
Well, out of character, I mean, Hutch is going to say this in character when he gets a chance. We 100% need to sabotage whatever the fuck they're doing, because as far as we know, the Dreamers could be any one of the people that they're trying to deport. And also, they're deplorable pieces of shit. But like, if you want an in-character reason for this, like, yeah, we got to shut this shit down.
Say the word, man.
I will move it to Adam. I do not wish to neglect you, but once you have a...
Cool, while you do that, I'm going to take a whiz.
RP whiz.
So you've secured the sheets, Adam. You also were, during part of the conversation, you did hear something about the bar and kitchen wanting to be reset up due to a mortal that Gilbert Boyle was interacting with. You know that the pipes need fixing. You're trying to address the dust. What else are you trying to do around here?
Like it look more hospitable, like I know, like some of the doors are probably like, or were they, like I guess cracked or like damaged in any way, or like molded, or.
I will say mold is probably not a problem with considering the lack of humidity in this part of the country. But definitely rust and dust and creeps are something that this place is just going to be riddled with.
Then did Eleanor tell us about the church being like I guess not a bad place, but like
She I believe she did mention that the source of the burning of the interior of the library was related to the church.
I'm gonna take a midnight stroll through, or I guess a night stroll to that church area and see what the hubbub is about. Because my friend the Muse, or was it not the Muse?
Samantha Owens.
Yeah, but Samantha Owens also had a problem with the church. So I'm gonna take a peek in the night and see what the hubbub is about.
HGG.
So it's not going to be hard to get to the church. Here on Main Street, there's a lot of shut down businesses, and kind of heading towards the way the rest of your motley went. You're going to come across what is pretty clearly, or pretty obviously, the church. It's a relatively new, and if it's not new, it's definitely been refurbished.
Howdy, Vasil.
Kind of modern brick-looking building with a very well lit up large cross up front. And I will say it is called the New American Church of Life, is what it says on the outside, kind of painted in a very well lit font.
Hey, Vasil. How are you?
Hey, hello, Vasil. Glad you could join us all the way from across the ocean.
I'm across the earth. It's flat earth.
Yeah, indeed, from across the earth. I don't know if it's flat, Adam.
Yeah. No, does anyone actually know that, Josh?
HGG, we have not had the opportunity. HGG. Not yet.
So I'm gonna like can I tell if the doors are open, or are they, or to the
Are you
church?
kind of sneaking up to it?
I was gonna sneak up, go up to it and just.
All right. Well, why don't you give me? I believe you have dexterity stealth, right?
Let me check. Dexterity, yeah. Stealth, yes.
Okay. Why don't you give me dexterity stealth?
Nice. Let's take off 2. That's 6.
Yeah, I'll say the difficulty 6.
Cool. We got 3 successes then.
3 successes. So you kind of go up to the front door and you kind of jangle the doorknob a little bit, and you can tell that it's locked. But
Can I use my?
at least the front door is locked.
But can I use my handy dandy sonic screwdriver?
Oh yeah, you have a special tool, right?
Yes.
Your chimerical item. So you basically have your magical Swiss Army knife, right?
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
On YouTube, is any of that?
Why don't you give me that dexterity? Give me that dexterity larceny.
Yes, I have one. Yes. Nice. Div 6 as well?
Yeah, I'll say the div 6.
One. All right, 2 successes.
2 successes. So you kind of pull out your magical Swiss Army knife. You kind of stick it in and you jangle it.
Vasil, how's it going, buddy? I didn't even realize you were here.
And the front door very lightly kind of creaks open. Thanks to basically thanks to your very stealthy roll, you kind of don't make a whole lot of noise other than what you yourself can immediately hear.
Cool. I'm a creek in.
What's up?
I'm a creek
Right.
in to the place.
You're going to creep in, and as compared to most of what you've experienced so far, there is a bit of dust in here, but this place is very clearly well kept. It is almost as close to spotless as it can get in this day and age. You see the sort of open windows lining the side. Not open windows, but the very well-lit kind of tall windows coming in. With the benches, everything is very well painted, kind of like a white and blue. And there's like a very kind of, not like the kind of altar you'd expect to see, but there's definitely like a speaking podium with a very large kind of white modern-looking cross in the back. And I will say you can kind of faintly from a room in the back kind of hear what sounds like a typewriter going off.
Huh. Typewriter, you say? Like, but I don't see anybody, right? Or any lights besides the ones from the windows.
No.
I'm gonna creak up to the podium.
All right. And you kind of get to the podium, you kind of see like going off to like some sort of I'm thinking like the way like a stage looks. I have unfortunately been inside many churches, but yeah, kind of like going to the back and off to the sides, like behind where the podium is. There, you can kind of see that there's like a ways leading to the back.
Can I tell which way the typewriter's coming from, or?
Yeah, I'll say it's coming from the left, and you can kind of see that there's a light coming from what looks to be a door, or like a door probably further down.
Too bad. I don't know if I want to get that close, though, but...
How's your stealth? You have
Yeah,
dexterous
you
toes,
rolled a
right? So just do the Fred Flintstone thing.
Yeah.
And like that's like -2 difficulty.
No, but my curiosity will have to surpass my flawed curiosity. Will have to overpower my
reason.
My reason, yeah. So
I saw Melinda's avatar yawn.
yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
It looked like your avatar was yawning, so I'm assuming you were yawning.
Oh, no, I was actually.
Oh. Alright, go ahead, Adam.
Yeah, I'm gonna like peek through the door, or like, is it cracked at all, or?
I would say the door's closed, but it's kind of like there's kind of a crease along the door that's probably, if you got really close, you can probably kind of peek in a little bit.
I want to peek in, and can I see anything of substance?
Yes, with a sort of with a lantern on the desk, you see what seems to be I'll say a relatively young-looking woman, probably around your age, kind of like hunched over, somewhat large glasses, her hair kind of tied back, typing away at the typewriter.
Hmm.
And it looks like she has some papers, will look to be possibly magazines, sitting on the desk. What are you gonna do, Adam?
No.
Are you gonna be freaking weird?
No. Like, kick open the door and be like,
No. Use the toes. Turn the doorknob.
Would I guess Paul would have seen would have Paul have seen a typewriter before, like in person? Like,
I'll say yes. You're not illiterate, and being mechanically inclined, you've at least seen like a junked typewriter.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna. Fuck. How do I make this weird? Just kidding.
You don't have to make it weird, Adam. You can just tell me what you want to do.
I know. But
Is that what takes your decision so long, Adam? You're trying to think of the right weird thing to do.
no, I'm gonna just squeak the door open. See if she notices me, or.
All right. Why don't you give me one more deck stealth roll, Adam? I'll say this time at a difficulty 8 because you're literally
Right there?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Difficulty 8, you say? Ooh, it's. Okay. Yeah, 1 success.
Let's see what she got. I would say you hear the and she kind of turns up, looks at you, eyes kind of growing wide, and immediately starts shuffling papers under her desk. And she's like, "What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be back here."
If I'm not allowed back
Who
here,
are you?
Back here.
What do you say, Adam?
Like, if I'm not allowed back here, then why are you back here? The doors were open.
Logic's not as bulletproof as it might sound, Adam. If I can't be in a restricted area, why can you be in a restricted area?
She's like,
there are doors, aren't there?
I wonder if
she looks a little scared as she's kind of looking at you, and she's like, I work here. I'm Mrs. Gold's sister. Eileen, that's okay if you don't know me. Mary's more of the speaker, but Sam, I'm not sure I know who you are, and while this is the house of the Lord, the doors were locked.
The house of the Lord should always be open, though. How was he going to answer my prayers?
Honestly, there's merit to that. I remember my grandmother got super pissed off at a church one time because the doors were closed at like 9 p.m.
Well, it depends whether this is a Joel Osteen kind of church or not, Adam. Whether the doors are going to be open or not.
Well, if it's Joel Osteen church, then it's got a quarter slot.
Yeah.
I was making a reference to when there was a hurricane, and they were like, "We need people to take in people because the streets are going to flood." And giant football stadium. Shut up.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Fuck.
What?
He literally has like a football stadium-sized church, and like they needed basically an area for refugees to go.
It's a basketball arena.
Yeah, there we go. All right, I was thinking of the wrong kind of sport, but yeah, you if you've seen it on TV, the place is massive, and it can definitely probably hold quite a few people. But
it's like the power of churches in Texas. You know, we have super churches where they make enough money that they can buy a basketball arena and then fill said basketball arena like 5 days out of the week. It's fucking insane.
And they own a private jet and so on and so forth.
If you're Kenneth Copeland, Adam, you need a private jet because flying commercial is flying in a tube full of demons, which is an exact quote from him.
Right?
No. God told him that he needed the private jet.
Yeah,
to do his work. So it's cool.
Because flying commercial is like flying in a tube full of demons.
It is, though. Have you heard the baby?
I've flown commercial. I know it's true, but you don't get to say that about people.
Yeah. You think that would be exactly where, like, someone who has the ability to blow COVID with the winds of God would be? It's like, it sounds like you could handle some demons.
Yeah, we're getting slightly off topic, but technically this is still on topic for the game we're playing. But
yes.
She will say there is some merit to what you say, sir, but the services will resume tomorrow morning if you wish to come back then and have Miss Gold pray over you. I take it you have some kind of deformity that you wish to have cured?
Can I, start tapping with my toes? This is a mighty fine typewriter you have here.
Are you actually going to try to do that, Adam?
Yeah, I'm gonna use one foot. Yeah, use 1 foot on the typewriter.
Gross.
So with your weird gangly feet, you kind of press. I don't know how you're doing this. There isn't exactly a chair. You're going to have to literally go up, pick your foot up, and tap it.
Yeah,
He just does like the ballerina foot thing, where he just casually.
I just put my foot over my head and just do it as
Pirouettes while typing.
Yes.
What is your dexterity score?
My dexterity score is that's I don't think it's 5. That's too much. Oh, 3. Yeah.
3.
This is pretty good.
Yeah, why don't you give me a dex athletics, Adam?
I don't have 1 dot athletics, so I can do it. Maybe.
Why are your toes the only part of you that's limber?
It's a flaw. It's a curse and it's a curse and what's it called
A blessing.
a gift. Yeah, a gift and a blessing. Yeah.
Or a gift works.
Yeah. 2 successes.
2 successes. So she is saying that she's saying that you can come tomorrow to have prayer done over you to heal your grievous wounds, Adam, as they clearly are. You kind of go and with your elongated toes press a button on the typewriter, and she's like, "My God, what is wrong with your feet?"
You're a freak. God gave up on you.
He was right about my feet.
God works in mysterious ways. Don't he?
You just say, "What are you? Some kind of Morlock?"
Morlock.
Just dying.
I don't know what that is. Or
She kind of catches herself and like, "That's not important." Adam, why don't you give me perception awareness?
I don't know if that was a character give or Josh just being really smart. But given that she works for the church that burned all the books, I'm wondering how she knows what a Morlock is.
I think I made the right reference.
Yeah, H.G. Wells, The Time Machine, right?
Yes. Okay. There we go. I did make the right reference I meant to make. Hopefully that book has been published at this point.
Wasn't it like
I'm pretty sure
1800s?
that's up.
I thought H.G. was dead by now. Or no, I think I'm thinking of another double H thing.
Okay, yeah, that was published in 1895. What'd you get, Adam?
got 1 success. Almost botched it though, but
Okay, he wasn't dead yet, but he was almost dead. Died in
Fun fact, I was going to say, fun fact, H.G. Wells is actually one of the reasons we actually have modern tabletop gaming, because he popularized tabletop wargaming.
Really? I knew it was around back then. I did not know that he was super into it.
Oh, yeah?
Damn.
What better of a figure to have helped spread tabletop gaming other than legendary science fiction author H.G. Wells?
Nerd's gonna nerd.
Right? It makes
That's so.
all feel
Go ahead,
like...
Tom.
it just makes all this feel like some really old pastime that we're just kind of still doing. It's a weird feeling to think about. It's like, is this what people feel when they play golf?
We have inherited a great legacy.
Yeah, now I know Chaz didn't go to the Tabletop Gaming Museum at Gen Con when we went.
I mean, that's true. I was playing games like a normal person.
are you gonna spend your lore, Chaz? Come on.
Alan Cow, how's it going? Prussian military were very important in the development of wargaming. I didn't know that either.
Neat. Thanks, Grandpa.
Yeah. At the Tabletop Gaming Museum they had set up at Gen Con, they had a little thing where they talked about H.G. Wells' influence on tabletop gaming.
By the way, I'm interpreting your name as Blue and Face. If that is not intended, please do correct me.
But I will say, Adam, as you kind of lean over and tip your toe to smack one of the keys, it looks like in those paper and magazines that she was shuffling around, you can swear you make out what looks to be
porn.
In a magazine that seems to say "astounding," kind of haphazardly shuffled when she moved those papers around.
Astounding, you say?
That's so big, and I'm not there to capitalize on it.
No.
That was a character gift, Josh. You subversive genius.
I didn't hear what was on it. What?
Looking as Adam leans over and types with his toes, he sees something. He sees in her papers that she tried to cover. There seems to be a magazine that he can just make out that says the word "astounding" on it.
Also, I like how you said papers, Josh.
Yeah, I meant to say papers, but I spoke too fast and it came out papers.
I know, but I like it.
The new word, copyrighted Capcom.
What do you do, Adam? Or what are you doing? She's basically trying to tell you to please leave. She's like, sir, I can assure you Mrs. Gold will see to you with their prayers, but I need to finish my accounting work here.
Aren't you Mrs. Gold?
Well, my sister's the head of this congregation. I help out with the Lord's work however I can.
You mind helping me then? What kind of accounting work you were looking at there? I can probably help a little bit. Trying to probably into what she was trying to see what she was typing up.
I can add 5 whole numbers. I'll count them off with my feet.
Why don't you give me one last perception awareness, and I'll say this one's at a difficulty 7.
Perception alert. Oh yes, we got all 3 6s. Devil's numbers, yeah.
But isn't that 6 7?
Yeah.
Difficulty 7, Adam.
Oh no, damn it, no.
Satan, why have you forsaken us?
Satan's like, man, I didn't even hit 777.
Satan said, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
She starts grabbing her papers and kind of starts putting them in the desk, and she's like, "Please, there's no need to fuss yourself. This is the work I need to see to." But just because you got 3 6s, Adam, I will say it didn't look like accounting paperwork.
You know, but
just because you got Iron Maiden's number of the beast.
I know. The luck of the draw wasn't with me today.
The devil has rejected Kazaa.
Yet again, I shall have this live in suffering.
I'm assuming if there is a Satan looking over Adam, it's Dave Grohl, Satan from the Tenacious D movie.
And he approves, Adam.
Yeah.
He approves.
Of my feet or my whole character?
Just you.
I'll say the whole thing, probably.
Yeah.
I will move it back real quick to you, Kyle. As Jonathan kind of takes you back down to the kitchen.
Ow and Cal, if you're still there, I really hope I didn't offend you or anything. I wasn't trying to. If memory serves, ow literally means blue in Japanese, and cow literally means face. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, he'll pull up some simple stuff for you, probably some cheese, crackers, a little bit of olives out of a jar.
Well, thank you.
That was real good of you, son, up there to keep a straight face like that. That kind of... You know what the good book says is you take it on one cheek and show them the other.
Just making sure.
Yeah. Well, good book also talked about whipping people out of a room, so, you know. But, yeah, there's... You can't help the malarkey some people speak.
Well, malarkey it may be sometimes, but man's got to do the work he's got to do.
Yep. That
seems like you got a good man to work for.
Yeah, he keeps his business clean and his nose straight.
Oh shit! I know I'm sorry. I'm just nerding out real fast. I know Archives of Nethys. You guys are great. I used to use your wiki all the time. That is so cool. I feel honored that you guys... Dude, you are awesome. Thank you. You have literally, like, saved my ass 100 times.
Yeah.
We were talking about Pathfinder before the stream. Specifically how it relates to the band Visigoth, but...
Dude, it is so cool to have you here. Thank you for your work, sincerely.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome, like, really.
One of the few places that's, like, stored magic items from, like, earlier editions.
No, these guys are so cool. They have the entirety of Pathfinder 2nd Edition just up for grabs. So between them and Paizo, like, Paizo is awesome for giving us the rules, but these are the guys that are putting in the hard work. So I'm sorry, I don't mean to derail the stream, but I'm nerding out a little bit. You guys are, I really appreciate you guys, is what I'm trying to say.
The archives of Neath have been fucking sick.
So what brings you here? You're one of the Neko Cat Girl guys, or how's that working?
No judgment here.
Ooh, okay. Well, don't worry. I am chronically bad at putting these up on YouTube, so by the time this goes up on YouTube, it'll be out for a month already. Dude, I am super happy to have you here. Thank you.
Right?
I just cam a little. I mean, okay, so I'm not that bad of a screeching nerd. Like I've met Jason Bowman, I've met Jason Carl, I've met important people at like Gen Con stuff, but it's really cool and it's super validating to see like people like this jump into our streams. See, look, you got another fan. Oh no, you did not. We are happy for that you were here. Okay, I guess we're just gonna sit here in silence.
No. I was trying to pick up where I was.
I'm teasing you, Josh.
I know.
You're allowed.
We have to let Chad finish category, which is appropriate.
The archives of Neath are fucking dope.
I can see.
So back up top, it seems as though the meeting is starting to adjourn. as Abelard will say, "Well, I appreciate your company and your insight, Mr. Hutchison. But I believe we have some last bit of private matters to discuss before we adjourn for the night."
Of course, I shall see myself out. I won't be more than a shadow on the wall, and with that, I'll sort of click my heel. Hopefully, that's not too noticeable, but enough to get Enva to know that.
I was gonna have you guys keep them there for a little while longer because I was trying to think of something to do.
Well, you can do whatever you want. They're telling me to leave, but if you want to be ears on the wall, that would be super useful.
Okay, I mean, I guess I can do that too. I had a different plan, but all right.
Gentlemen, it has been an enlivening experience making your acquaintances tonight. And you, Mrs. Gold, again, we will have to carry on that conversation when time permits. When are you having another gathering of your congregation? I do think I would love to come.
We have multiple services throughout the week. There will be one tomorrow afternoon.
May the wings of God bear me there, Miss Gold. In the meantime, I shall bid you gentlemen good evening and thank you.
Oh, they're doing another one the next day?
Oh no, Chaz was asking the preacher woman when's the next congregation for her church.
Gotcha.
And with that, what do the rest of you do?
As I said, I had a different plan, but I can try to stick to a shadow somewhere.
No, you tell me what you want to do. As I will say, we're about to adjourn the session.
I was gonna ask Charlie and Kyle to be distractions, but if not, like I said, I can just stick it inside.
You can bundle them out the door and whisper something to them, but you do what your character would want to do.
Yeah, I don't want to control you.
No, you're not. I'm not.
Well, like this is where they're gonna say the super secret racist bullshit, and like if you, I don't know how much I'm supposed to say to you because I don't know how much is metagaming or not. I'm
don't even know what that means. I heard that term a lot. I don't know what metagaming.
Metagaming is when you're playing a tabletop RPG. It's talking about the game as a game because it breaks the narrative immersion. So, like, you spying on these guys right now where I can't would be extraordinarily useful. However, by no means do I wish to overwrite your agency. So you.
Oh no, you're fine. No, you're fine. Like I said, I'm cool with sticking in the house, into the shadows, and just like being a fly on the wall, so to speak.
So are you going to kind of follow Chaz's character out, or are you going to try slipping into another person's shadow as he kind of leaves the room?
Can I slip into object shadow or no?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, because I just want to blend. So
just blend, just vibe. You're here. You're living.
Yes.
Living your best life.
Yes, and I will be listening in.
God damn it.
So I will say, as Hutch opens a door, kind of casting some larger shadows, you kind of step out of his shadow, taking his shadow with you as you move. I will say into like a table or a chair shadow, and it will be difficult for Hutch to tell, but his shadow has currently left him, as it were.
God damn it! I'll go get this thread. Peter Pan joke, isn't it?
As Enva kind of stays behind. And Hutch, what are you going to do before we adjourn?
I'm going to go find Gilbert.
Okay. And Gilbert, you are eating a decadent meal of cheese, crackers, and olives. What are you going to do?
I'm going to try and talk something out of this dude that I'm chilling with.
All right. And Adam, where are we going to leave you off?
Gonna try to reveal what she's hiding there.
All right. And with that, I think quite a good amount of stuff happened. I will give everybody 2 XP as we open the vote to who gets the bonus XP.
Woo!
But you have to say why. You want to give somebody your vote for the bonus XP.
I always say why.
I don't know, but I want to encourage the chat to communicate why they want to vote for somebody to get a bonus XP. And for those of you who don't know, we do a vote at the end where you say who you think should get a bonus XP and why you appreciated how they played or what they did, or a joke they made or something of that sort.
And it can be for any reason whatsoever. So if you just, I'm assuming there's quite a few of Mai's fans in here. So if you just want to vote for the Neko, like that's totally viable.
I don't think I got to do much.
We don't kink shame here.
Like I said, my plan got derailed there, but it's fine.
We got one for Kyle from Valernos for being a perfect Major Domo.
Thanks, Valernos.
Yeah, honestly, you know what? I was torn between all 3 of them. I'm gonna also give my vote to Kyle for just being like super solid. I feel bad about what you've been put through, and Hutch feels bad about what you've put through, and you were a fucking team player the whole fucking time. So my vote goes for you.
Thanks. I am torn between Kyle for that as well, and Adam for using his toes and freaking out someone.
Trash is moving for Adam for he believes finding a special person.
I'm with you, HTG, on that one. Again, I wasn't sure what I can say and what I can't.
I think I'm gonna go with Adam.
Thank you, Sir Wilhelm.
Sir Wilhelm, Chess for the bit about Big City Boys coming down to San Antonio.
What do you do?
Daestra is voting for Eleanor as well, because sticking around and spying with no backup is ballsy and will probably be a wealth of information.
Thank you.
Thanks for the vote.
And AO and Cow will vote for Adam because that seems to be the group consensus. Peer pressure.
But the thing is, I won't spend XP though. That's the thing. And so your vote is based on.
Your vote is based on.
I do need to spend XP though for this character because I need to do nature stuff.
Oh, Al and Cal, thank you so much for the subscription.
It was HTG.
I was about to say, unless it was HTG, in which case, thank you, HTG. You're amazing. You know you're amazing.
Both of them, thank you.
Yeah, it says HTG has given 59 gift subs in this channel. That is highly impressive.
Bro,
What a fucking maniac.
You're lucky I'm bad at math, or I'd feel super bad right now.
No, 10 more is at the nice level. 69.
Okay, now never gift a
Rudy,
sub
vote for
again.
somebody.
I used to do 10 more.
My vote is for Adam because when left to his own devices, he had a relevant event throughout his session.
That feels really like backhanded. Good job, Adam. You did something useful all by yourself.
No, it's a reward for his progress and capabilities as a role player.
I mean, I think you fucking knocked it out of the park, and you probably did better than all three of us combined. But I mean,
probably.
just the way you said it. Yeah, left to his own devices, he managed to be useful. Yeah. Good job, you.
Well, because normally in his left to his own devices, he gets in trouble, and we have to go save him.
You save him. You have to save him. It's not our problem.
Well, I haven't gotten in trouble yet. So we'll see.
Adam's doing a great job, and I think he should be rewarded. That's all. I just had to put a little spice on it.
All right, so far Adam is.
That's a good one.
All right, well, so far Daphne's leading the votes.
So wait, then which one of us is Scoob? Wait, no. You're the animal mascot, so you know.
No, I am not the dog.
You guys don't mind the echoes?
Okay, fine. You can be Scrappy. Is that better?
No, fuck you.
Not any better at all.
Compare me to that little animal. I want to punt him.
All right, if no more votes are coming in, I believe, Adam, you get the bonus XP.
I voted for Chaz, though, for fangirling, so yeah.
I did just
a Chaz.
Thomas Scrappy.
Oh.
Tom can be whoever he wants.
I believe at one point we said Tom was Shaggy.
Yeah, because he has a good voice for it, too. He does it perfect, yeah.
All right.
All right, Adam, you get the bonus XP. What's up?
I was saying my viewer effective didn't vote. I was just giving him shit.
Oh, you didn't vote for the god.
All right. We thank you all for coming. We thank you all for participating.
Yeah, we had quite a few new faces tonight. We certainly hope you come back next time. I hope you enjoyed yourselves while you were here. And if not, blame Josh. Because I was not running this session.
Wow.
I will take all praise and scorn equally. But thank you for coming to the Dustbowl Blues. Oh, what's up?
Josh,
You didn't give us grades.
Yes, grade us.
Where's my grade?
Oh my.
I want my super S style. Super.
No worries, buddy. We take care until then.
I will say this is a pass or fail session, so I will say this time everybody passed.
Aw,
Yay!
that's a bullshit curve, but thank you, Josh.
I didn't get that in college. Come on, what happened? It's a participation trophy. Sleepy Adams, or it's an arena.
Yeah.
Oh,
Tries
yeah.
us to send forth the viewers upon a great raid. But join the Discord if nothing else. If not, subscribe. You're allowed to throw money at us if you want to on Patreon and here. But
And the diploma.
yeah, if you want, you can find Chaz at the strip club and throw money at him there.
I am an expensive date. All right, VIP only, BYOB, no touching. Unless you tip enough.
His dancer name is Goth Fabio.
No.
Gothio.
I believe his the song you usually use is "Love You to Death," right, Chaz, by Typo Negative.
Ooh, that's a hard one.
What's your stripper's song? Put it in the chat.
I feel like Black Number 1 has a better beat for that, though.
I kind of like Vampire Strip Club from Masquerade Ministry, but I guess that works better for a female stripper. So yeah, we'll go with typo negative.
I like how every song you guys threw out was different, and I have no idea what song it is.
I mean,
So
if you're gonna male strip to a song, typo negative is a good band because after all, Peter Steele was on the cover of Playgirl magazine.
I did not know that.
Demons Are a Girl's Best Friend by Powerwolf.
If you need something to do in the Discord, go to the Discord and say which member of CAFCON would stripper dance to which song. Go to the Discord and post it now.
All right, I am rating the Bad Luck Gamer because they are the one person streaming TTRPGs in English, and also they're streaming Anima Beyond Fantasy, which is an impressive feat because that game's been out of print for a very long time, and he probably shelled out tons of money for that fucking book, and he needs the support. So,
Right? Sleepy Adams in the chat, boys.
Do I have Sleepy Adams right now?
You can make it with
Yes, I do.
points.
Got gifted yet.
all right, good night, everybody. We are out.